This hearing exchange is about far more than a disagreement over military policy. At its core, it asks a bigger question: who gets to serve? Who gets respected? And what actually makes America's military strong?
Ms. Houlahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I've been looking forward very much to our time together. My name is Chrissy Houlahan. In addition to representing a part of Pennsylvania, the 6th District, I also am a veteran. I come from a family of veterans and service members, and it's very deeply personal to me, this conversation that we're having, as I know it is to you as well. Over the last several days, I've had the opportunity to watch a bit of the hearings that you have testified at this week, and I can see and know that you have quite a bit to say. But since I only have 5 minutes, I'm going to try and focus my time on a concept that you talk about very frequently, and that is lethality. By definition, lethality simply means being capable of causing death. Secretary Hegseth, I have a couple of clarifying questions that I'd like very much to get through. So in the interest of time and efficiency, I would ask just simply for a yes or no from you for the answers to these questions in advance, and I thank you. So given that definition of lethality, would it be fair to say that both men and women are, generally speaking, capable of causing death?
It depends.
Yes or no, sir?
Depends on the context.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Are men and women capable of causing death?
It depends on the context.
Yes or no?
It depends on the context.
It's unbelievable to me that you can't come up with an answer whether or not a man or a woman can cause death. That's an obvious yes. Would it be fair to say that the U.S. military trains our soldiers in multiple ways to be capable of causing death, whether they are men or women?
That's a big part of our job.
Yes. Would it be fair to say that both men and women are capable of pulling a trigger of a rifle to cause death? Yes or no?
Sure.
And would it be fair to say that both men and women are capable of operating an unmanned combat drone or maybe pushing a button to launch a missile to cause death again? Yes or no?
I know what you're getting at, ma'am.
Yes.
But it is,
So lastly,
men and women
sir,
carry equipment differently,
lastly,
a 155 round
lastly,
differently,
sir,
a rucksack differently,
reclaiming my
a 240
time,
machine gun
I asked
differently.
about missiles
There are
and drones,
different-
It is the gentlelady's
reclaiming my
time.
time, reclaiming my time,
Pause.
sir.
It is the gentlelady's time.
Would it be fair, finally, to say that both men and women are capable of piloting a jet or a helicopter to combat people and to cause death as a consequence?
A lot of wonderful female
Yes
pilots.
or no? So while I agree with you that physical fitness, as you were mentioning, is a very strong and important component of lethality, the warfighter that you have written about in your books and talked about on various podcasts is but a very, very small piece of the overall lethality picture. In fact, we estimate only about 10% of our military personnel are directly involved in the kind of combat that you're referring to. Rather, 90%, that's the math, of our troops are doing other jobs that support and enable those 10%. So to put it simply, lethality cannot be measured solely by the damage that a 6'3", 225-pound Christian male with a rifle can do to the enemy anymore. Sure, I agree he's part of that solution, but it is an incomplete and at best very dangerous and very homogenous description of that. Lethality is equal parts technical skills, tactical experience, cognitive problem solving, and physical fitness. It's not about one person, but it's about many. It's not about blue or red. It's not about liberal or conservative, Christian, Jewish, or agnostic. It's not about North and South. Here are some statements that you have said previously about women in service. This is 2024, sir, not when you were a 19-year-old. You have said that women are life givers, that dads push us to take risks, and that moms put the training wheels on our bikes, that we need moms, but not in the military. Secondly, you have said, I am straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, and it hasn't made us more lethal. With what's left of my time, sir, I will say to you that women have served our country for 200 plus years in our militaries and in service and protection of our nation. They are watching you, what you do and what you say, and we deserve better from you. Women can and do serve with lethality today. We can and do all of the jobs that are required of us. Yes or no, do you believe military women should be in all roles in the military?
Women have joined
Yes
our
or
military
no, sir?
in record numbers
Should
under this
women be
administration.
in all roles in the military?
Standards should be high and equal for
Yes
all positions.
or no, sir? We agree. Should they be in all roles in the military?
So my job is that
yes
10%
or no?
stays as sharp as
Reclaiming my
possible.
time.
Standards should be high and equal.
Reclaiming my time. Will you agree that women should be able to perform in all combat roles, assuming they meet the standards?
Gentlelady's time's expired.
It's all about standards.
Before we move,
Representative Chrissy Houlahan, herself a veteran, comes into this hearing with a very specific goal. Instead of arguing ideology, she tries to pin down something simple: whether women are capable of contributing to military lethality, a term often used by defense leaders to describe combat effectiveness and the ability to defeat an enemy. Her strategy is direct. She asks basic yes or no questions. Can women pull triggers, pilot aircraft, launch missiles, operate drones, and contribute to combat outcomes? From her perspective, these aren't theoretical questions. They reflect the reality of modern warfare. What makes this moment important is that it highlights how war has changed. Modern militaries are not built solely around infantry combat. Intelligence analysts, drone operators, pilots, engineers, cyber specialists, logistics experts, medics, and communications teams all play critical roles in missions succeeding or failing. Houlahan points out that only a relatively small percentage of troops are engaged in direct frontline combat at any moment, while the vast majority support the mission in ways that are just as essential to effectiveness. Her frustration grows because the exchange is tied to past statements from Pete Hegseth criticizing women in combat roles. Houlahan challenges whether those earlier views still shape policy and presses for clarity on whether women who meet military standards should be allowed to serve in every role. From a democratic perspective, this becomes a question of fairness and merit. If standards are equal and someone proves they can do the job, should gender matter at all? At the same time, the hearing also touches on a broader debate happening across the country about readiness versus inclusion. Critics argue military standards should never be lowered, while supporters of expanded opportunity argue equal standards and equal opportunity can exist at the same time. Houlahan's argument is that women have already proven themselves through decades of service and sacrifice, from aviation to intelligence to frontline operations. In the end, this hearing is really asking whether America's military should judge people by stereotypes or by performance. Watch the full exchange and decide for yourself. Was Houlahan demanding accountability and clarity, or did Hegseth make a convincing case? If conversations about military service, equality, and leadership matter to you, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.